My name's Anthony Impey. I'm a business owner of a company called Optimity, and I'm also chair of the Skills and Apprenticeship Policy Board at the Federation of Small Businesses.
Anthony, how can we bring apprentices and SMEs and micro businesses together?
Well, certainly over the last 2 years, there's been a dramatic fall in the number of small businesses that have recruited and trained apprenticeships within their businesses. And I think with small businesses making up such an important part of the economy, they employ 60% of all private sector employment within the economy. They make up 99.6% of all businesses in the private sector. So getting apprenticeships right for them is very, very important. So I think much more has got to be done to engage small businesses, and a very important way to do this is to make it much easier for small businesses to work with large organisations in order to develop the skills that are required, maybe in the local area or in the sector or in the supply chain. Very, very important that we fix that. And obviously the apprenticeship system allows for money to be transferred between employers, and it would be fantastic if the government possibly developed the apprenticeship service to enable that matching of large employers with small businesses, so that you can marry the two together in order to engage more small businesses in apprenticeships.
So what do you see the challenges next to be able to bring apprentices and employers together?
So in April of this year, the Federation of Small Business published its research on apprenticeships called Fit for the Future. And this found that there were 3 major challenges that small businesses had in recruiting and training apprentices within their business. The first was that the process of finding an apprentice was a big challenge. Interestingly, that was the same challenge that we found 3 years ago in some very similar research that the Federation of Small Business did. The second challenge small businesses found was that they were worried and concerned about the amount of management time required to train and develop an apprentice within their business. Lots of small businesses can't afford to have one person give up lots of time in order to train somebody within their organisation. And so I think lots more needs to be done to help small businesses develop the frameworks and the systems so they don't lose lots of capacity within their existing team. And then the third issue that we found is that lots of small businesses struggled with the 20% off the job training requirement. And I think that's partly because lots of training providers require smaller employers to send their apprentices to college for 1 day a week. And for lots of organisations, that's too much time away from the workplace, and in fact is probably not the correct interpretation of the 20% off the job rules, which actually include all sorts of training and development that an apprentice does within the workplace. So I think it's important that we get real clarity on what 20% off the job requires, so that employers can be much more comfortable with it. After all, it's if you look at international examples, the 20% off the job requirement is very low compared to, say, countries like Switzerland, where the off-the-job requirement is closer to 30%. So I think if we can make employers more comfortable with 20%, it will make a significant difference to their recruitment of apprenticeships.